The materials needed for this project are a plastic bin, power drill plus drill bit, shovel, gloves, cardboard pieces, food scraps, and a hose. This DIY project helps address climate change by reducing landfill methane emissions and supports soil conservation. Composting is a natural way to reduce nutrients and maintain healthy ecosystems. By composting at home, I'm taking local action that has a global impact. If more people do this, we could significantly reduce the amount of organic waste going to landfills. As you can see, this project is really easy to implement. Even I'm just digging a small hole right in my own backyard to get started. You don't need a big budget or fancy tools, just a little space and some scraps from home. I'm drilling holes into the lid, sides, and bottom of the bin to help with airflow and drainage. Compost needs oxygen to break down properly and avoid bad smells. The holes also let extra moisture drain out so it doesn't get soggy. This step keeps the compost healthy and helps it decompose faster. The reason why I dug a small hole in my backyard is to place the bin so it stays steady and stays in contact with the soil. This way, worms and other decomposers can crawl in and help break down the food naturally. Worms are great for composting because they speed up the process and add nutrients to the compost. It also helps keep the bin a little cooler and more stable. The hole should be big enough to fit the entire compost bin so it stays secure and doesn't tip over or shift around. Burying part of the bin also helps regulate temperature, keeping the compost cooler in hot weather and warmer in cooler conditions. Not only does the soil anchor the bin to the ground, but it also acts as a natural insulator, helping maintain a steady temperature inside the bin, which is really important for the microbes and worms that break down the compost. I added a thin layer of dirt at the bottom of the compost bin to introduce such natural microbes that will help break down the organic material. Now I'm adding food scraps, which are considered green materials because they are rich in nitrogen. These include things like fruit and vegetable peels, coffee grounds, and eggshells. In my case, I am putting in croissants that have already begun to mold. Nitrogen helps fuel the decomposition process and supports the growth of beneficial microbes. It's important not to add meat, dairy, or oily foods since they can attract pests and slow down the composting process. You should add about twice as much brown material as green to balance nitrogen and carbon for efficient composting. Browns, like dry leaves, cardboard, and paper, provide carbon which helps absorb moisture and prevents odors. You should hose down the compost to keep it moist, which is essential because microbes that break down the materials need moisture to survive and work efficiently. However, it's important not to overwater, as too much moisture can cause the compost to become soggy and slow down decomposition. With just a few simple steps, I've created a compost bin that reduces waste and supports soil health. This project shows how easy it is to make a sustainable impact right from your own backyard. Thanks for watching.